Welcome to Emirates International School, Jumeirah. Emirates International School, Jumeirah is the first IB accredited school in this country, and we have been offering the IB program since the year 1993.
Now, being an IB school, we teach through concepts, we teach through inquiry. What that means in the classroom is that we have less teacher direction, we have more student engagement.
Welcome to Emirates International School Meadows. Now, we are a real inclusive school at Emirates International School Meadows, and the one thing that we do that is very, very unique for Dubai is every single one of our students in MYP is entered for the MYP assessments. We believe if we're going to offer your child a particular curriculum or programme, it has to have purposeful value.
We are an IB school, meaning we follow the International Baccalaureate programme, which aims to do more than any other curricula by developing inquiring, knowledgeable and caring young people who are motivated to succeed.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Emirates International School webinar. My name is Catherine Dyche-Nichols and I'm the principal of Emirates International School Meadows, which is one of the two schools which are part of the very, very prestigious the Habtow Group. Over the next 40 minutes or so, you will meet my colleagues and we will talk you through each of the 4 stages of the educational journey your child will follow as part of the IB curriculum at Emirates International School. We have expert practitioners at each phase of the school. We will start with early years. We'll move on to our primary phase with our PYP coordinators. We'll then look at the middle school programme and finally to our diploma programme. Throughout this presentation, you will have the opportunity to pose questions so that we can relate those answers to you. But we'll begin this afternoon by looking first at the history of Emirates International School. Thank you very much, and I'd like to hand you over to Ms. Rao.
Thank you, Mrs. Catherine Dyche-Nichols. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar this afternoon. My name is Pratibha Rao, and I'm the principal of Emirates International School, Jumeirah. And I'm going to just give you some history about our school. Emirates International School opened in 1991 with a mission to provide a broad, holistic, international education to local and expatriate students. Pioneers in IB education in Dubai, we were the first international baccalaureate world school to offer the diploma program. As time went by, due to the popularity of brand EIS and parental demand, EIS Meadows opened in 2005. Today, both schools are IB Continuum schools, offering all 4 IB programs, the primary years program, the middle years program, the diploma program, and the career-related program. Since 1994, our schools have graduated 26 cohorts. So far, between both schools, we have had close to 2,000 graduates. Now, this gives us the alumni advantage. What does that mean? It means that our alumni networks provide long-term value to our schools by giving alumni the chance to stay in contact and support their alma mater. Following their university studies overseas, an increasing number of EIS alumni are returning to live and work in Dubai. They're very well placed professionally and they are giving back to their school. They play an active role in volunteering to support students and teachers by sharing their expertise in their given professional field. Many are enrolling their own children with us. So now we are also educating the next generation. So as you can see, there is a legacy at our schools that your children can certainly benefit from. The EIS journey begins in early years. Therefore, I would like to invite now Ms. Dipali Rami, the Early Years Coordinator at Emirates International School, Jumeirah. Thank you, Dipali.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today. I'd like to start by giving you a little bit of background into early years to really help you make the right decision in your child's first steps of their learning journey. So just before I begin, I want to express to you just how important the early years are. This is the first step in your child's learning journey, and it is such a crucial one. This is where every child develops their first conception of education. We have to get this right. And here at Emirates International Schools, we do everything we can to ensure that. We have a team of highly experienced, dedicated early years teachers that bring with them a wealth of experience in early years. They know exactly how to treat your children when they're first coming to us in September. We know that it's a very daunting experience for you, the parents, but also for the children. So we have to ensure the teachers are ready for this. We are constantly commended on our positive, trusting relationships that we build with our children. And this is something that we really value and pride ourselves in. We have a state-of-the-art, brand new facility that is fantastic. Brilliant, open outdoor spaces, as well as brightly lit classrooms inside as well. We are on a journey to outstanding, and we are very proud to say that currently we are sitting and moving towards becoming an outstanding department. Now, when I take parent tours and when I speak to parents in particular, I have many questions around the IB. What is the IB? Many parents will ask me, how does it look in early years? What am I expecting for my child, especially at this age? Well, this is what I'd like to share with you. The IB offers bright, purposeful learning spaces. It offers your child to be responsible for their learning. And this is something that within the early years is very, very special to us. It's very unlikely and unheard of for children to know what they are learning at this age. But here at Emirates International School, this is something we practice with our children. They are responsible for their own learning, and that's fantastic. Teachers and children work collaboratively with each other. You will never see in one of our classrooms a child being called away from their play. Play is so important. And so the teachers work alongside the children. You may see the teachers on their hands and knees getting involved in the play with the children. We encourage our children to be risk-taking. We encourage them to be confident. We want to develop these skills right from an early age. And that is something so unique to that IB. Now, not only do we just play in early years, assessment is key. And this is something that underpins what happens within the classroom. Very often, you will notice, as well as we do, that our children are developing at the rate of knots. Every day, they are doing something new to surprise us at this young age. So we need an assessment tool that can support that. And our assessment tool does that very, very well. You will be informed and kept in a loop as to how your child is doing on a daily basis by our Seesaw app, but you'll also be kept informed at regular intervals throughout the year in terms of the progress your child is making. We offer a fantastic reading and phonics program. We use something called Read Write Inc. Some of you may have heard of this before. It's a phonics program from the UK, and it works fantastically to develop and accelerate reading skills in our children. Now, just before I go on any further, I wanted to introduce you to some fantastic individuals that we have in early years. I wanted to introduce you to Sofian, Leanne, Adam, Farah, and Noah. They're going to take you on a little tour of early years right now. So as you can see from the video clip and from everything that I have explained to you, that early years really is a very special time in a child's development. As you could see through the video, the children are being inquirers, they're getting involved, they're thinking and doing all at the same time. And that's really what we pride ourselves in here at Emirates International Schools. Please do let me know if you have any further questions regarding early years. I am here to help and support you through this process, as I know it's a very important decision. I'm now going to pass on to Miss Barbara Exley, who is our Head of Primary. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dipali, for the introduction to early years. Although early years is part of primary, I'm going to very much take you through years 1 to 6 and the programme we have. So, Emirates International School is an IB school. Our teachers are all fully trained and committed to our students. Our classrooms are very active areas of learning. Students can and do wander around and even continue their learning into other areas of the school other than their own classroom. The IB curriculum encourages all students to experience real-life situations which enhance their learning. So many lessons are very practical, and education excursions, where possible, are extremely important in our school. IB schools aim to develop inquiring, knowledgeable, and caring young people who help to create a better and more peaceful world through intercultural understanding and respect. Our primary school offers the primary years programme, which is the first stage of the IB curriculum. We are an inquiry-based curriculum. What does that mean? Concepts are interdisciplinary based on themes. Content is more singular based on topics. So, for example, in the UK curriculum, they would look at invaders through the topic of Roman Britain. In an IB curriculum, we would look at the concept, the theme of invaders. We would look at Roman Britain as part of this, as well as other areas of the world. We would look at when and where they come from. So this is our social studies aspect. For science, we would look at invaders in the body and cover how invaders impact the different systems of the body. For IT, we could look at computer invaders and internet safety, all the while including language and mathematics. Questioning. This drives the learning forward for students to make connections themselves. They are active participants in their learning, moving knowledge from short-term memory to long-term memory through these connections. A mixture of factual, conceptual, and debatable questions are used to extend learning. Students are encouraged to think critically and to always strive to reach potential and beyond. How do we plan for our students to learn? What understanding we want the students to have? What skills do they need to get them there? What knowledge do they need to get there? And what learner profiles do they need, or will they demonstrate? In the enhanced PYP, we have 5 main elements. These are knowledge, which is content, skills, which is approaches to learning, understanding, which is conceptual, learner profiles, who we want our learners to be, action, we expect all our students to take action within each unit of inquiry. What do I mean by that? For example, our Year 2 students discovered palm oil was bad for habitats. So they took action and wrote questioning letters to 3 different corporations to ask why they use it. Some chose personal action to stop buying some products with palm oil in them. Student agency, what does that mean? Students from a very young age are part of and are central in the learning process. Student agency is choice, voice, and ownership of learning. What are our approaches to learning, which are taught to our students? Social skills, research skills, self-management skills, communication skills, and thinking skills. Although we're in distance learning, we have excellent facilities to enhance the education of our students. Some of these are very spacious, well-lit classrooms, learning resource areas, many outdoor areas for play and sport, swimming pool, indoor sports facilities, science laboratories, art rooms, and music rooms. We are an inclusive school. Although all students follow the same units of inquiry, the learning is personalised to their needs across all subject areas. We have a very strong supportive inclusion team. These teachers work with students individually or through support in a classroom. I'd like to thank all parents and boys and girls for listening. Why choose Emirates International School? Because for all of us, every child matters. Thank you for listening. I'm now going to pass you on to Mrs. Shirley Harrison, who's my colleague in the high school. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Shirley Harrison and I'm head of high school at Jumeirah. My counterpart at Meadows is Mr. Andrew Williams, and in the days and weeks to come, we'd both be very happy to talk to you about provision for your child at Emirates International School. EIS serves a very diverse international community. We reach out to local and international partners to provide a comprehensive offer of enriching experiences for all of our learners. This means your child will access the best possible support and provision from the moment they join us. At EIS, we pride ourselves on an exceptionally high quality and value for money IB education. In the current climate, we recognise the challenges faced by many families. We know that regardless of circumstances, families will always want the best possible provision for their children, and we pride ourselves in ensuring excellent and affordable provision for all students. EIS was the pioneer of IB education in the region. As well as being very proud of our heritage, the schools benefit from these long years of experience in delivering a curriculum which can be personalised to support your child. In choosing IB, you are choosing a rigorous and respected international curriculum which thoroughly prepares children to be successful in every sphere. IB in EIS is delivered by highly skilled, well-qualified and experienced IB teachers at all levels. Our teachers undergo regular professional development to ensure our standards remain high, thus ensuring our students are guided and supported very effectively. We also benefit from our long-established relationship with IB, with many of our teachers and leaders holding roles with IB as examiners and subject leads. Both Jumeirah and Meadows continue to innovate and to enjoy success in all aspects of the IB curriculum. We are non-selective, firmly believing that every student deserves the opportunity to be a successful learner. We are fully inclusive and welcome students from all over the world. We have staff and students who hail from almost 90 different countries. Our vision of open and tolerant international education is more important than ever. And while times may feel uncertain, our standards and our offer remain consistently high quality and ambitious at all times. Many students join us with no experience of IB. They come from all over the world and often mid-year. We offer a personalised transition which supports students even before admission. We offer extra sessions for students who are new to the school to catch up so they're not disadvantaged. Multilingualism is at the heart of IB, and we offer opportunities for students new to English to develop their key language skills. As IB schools, we believe that education should encompass the development of the whole individual, and we have an emphasis on academic, creative, social, and physical growth. MYP allows students to immerse themselves in new subjects, as well as developing a mastery of those they have already studied during the primary years programme. EIS learners are curious, developing a love of learning for life. IB is an inquiry-driven curriculum where students are asked to consider the world in a conceptual way. Students are given the tools to ask demanding questions of themselves and the world around them. NYP students are supported to become knowledgeable. When they join us in Year 7, they study all NYP subjects. There's a strong core of English, mathematics and science. There is a core of Arabic A and B and Islamic studies for our Muslim students. All of our students take geography, history, art, drama, music, design, which includes ICT and food and nutrition. Physical and health education is also a compulsory and very valuable part of the programme. To support this suite of subjects, we include the KHDA mandated subjects of moral education and social studies. Students also have a second choice from our language suite, making the decision to further their French or Spanish from their study in years 5 and 6. What makes IB at EIS very distinctive is the genuine sense of context for all learning. We believe students learn best when their learning is connected to their lives and experiences. NYP classrooms are built upon global context so that students develop an understanding of their common humanity and shared guardianship of the planet through explorations into scientific and technical innovation, for example. Interdisciplinary learning is an integral part of the curriculum at EIS. Subjects make authentic links through the exploration of key concepts and global contexts. For example, in PHE and design, students learn about the innovations needed to improve performance in sport, and they design products in either IT or food and nutrition to meet these needs. At every stage, EIS personalises provision so that students can meet their potential. A core aspect of NYP is the personal project. Year on year, we see outstanding examples of creativity, problem solving, personal growth, and entrepreneurship through the personal project process. At EIS, students begin their project in Year 10, where they identify possible projects from their learning within the classroom. They then research, plan, and create their product and outcome. In recent years, we've seen students take their learning to the next level by designing an F1 model car based on learning in physics and maths about speed and projection. The student learned how to weld, to budget, to communicate with industry professionals. Using art and geography lessons as their base knowledge, students have designed a fashion line using upcycled materials. They independently learned how to use a sewing machine to create their clothing line. EIS students are principled and caring, and this is shown clearly in service as action. This is an essential component that allows students to extend their learning beyond the classroom walls and into the community. It gives students the opportunity to connect and contribute to the real world and empowers them to become global citizens. Service as action is at the core of the IB framework and the ethos of EIS. All students engage in different kinds of service learning. Our students are passionate and highly engaged in student initiatives. With our younger NYP students, we encourage group projects linked to issues of global significance. These allow subject teams work with students to encourage and inspire action based on units of inquiry studied in the classroom. Our Farmers Market Club has been a huge success this year, with students in all year groups coming together to sustainably grow vegetables on the school campus. These ingredients have been used by our food and nutrition students and have been gifted to parents, teachers, and the wider school community to encourage increased use of local produce. Assessment in NYP is continuous. Unlike other curriculum models, assessment can be personalised and adapted so that every child has the opportunity to demonstrate their learning in meaningful ways. All students are entered for the prestigious NYP certificate. The forward-thinking approach of the IB programme is most evident in the e-assessments, which mark the end of the middle years programme. This award-winning, innovative online approach to assessment offers students engaging contexts in which they can demonstrate their learning. If students graduate in dual languages, they're awarded a bilingual certificate, which is valuable currency when applying to top universities when they reach diploma or careers-related programme. Our outcomes in NYP are strong. Subject outcomes are above world averages in all categories, and our students achieve some of the highest graded outcomes, not only in Dubai or the Middle East, but across the world. We are very proud of this achievement, as it ensures that our students have a solid foundation to continue on to our diploma programme or careers-related programme, and eventually to many of the world's top universities. We have a clear focus on student learning, but we believe students need to develop all-round skills and interests, and these are developed in our after-school activities programme. There is something for everyone. Students can take up a musical instrument, develop a new language. They can be creative in our graphic arts club or fine-tune their chess or robotic skills. Students have the chance to join the Maths Mensa Challenge or perhaps STEM Club. We also support students with academic interventions to ensure they are fulfilling their potential. The commitment to sport and well-being is strong at EIS. We are keen advocates for both participation and competition. We compete successfully in school leagues within Dubai. We also have young people who every year compete internationally, representing the UAE or their home country. Our students are open-minded and inquiring. We offer a full programme of local and international visits. We're represented at World Scholars Cup each year, with students returning from overseas with many medals and awards. Recent visits included Barcelona and New York. We are very active within the Model United Nations organisation. We host our own MUN conference at our Jumeirah campus, which allows our students to demonstrate and develop their leadership and international mindedness. We also have a very popular International Duke of Edinburgh's Award programme, which allows students to challenge themselves in a variety of situations and provides further evidence to support university and employment applications in the years to come. EIS learners are reflective and balanced, making the most of the opportunities to consider and engage with the world around them, such as here on our annual Umrah. We are true community schools. We appreciate the support of our parent community and firmly believe we are partners in educating your children for life. We offer an open door policy, and parents often become firm friends of the school. When you join us at EIS, you become part of a family where you have a voice and where your views matter. We never forget that you are trusting us with the most precious thing that you have, and we strive to provide the best possible care and individual support for your child. Young people flourish at EIS. We are nurturing communities where young people thrive and where everyone is challenged, supported, and well prepared for the next phase of the continuum. We are looking forward to welcoming your child. I'm now going to hand you over to my colleague, Ms. Nosheen Arif, our Diploma Programme Coordinator, who will talk to you about the next stage of your child's journey. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mrs. Harrison. My name is Nosheen Arif, and I am the Diploma Programme Coordinator at the Jumeirah branch of the Emirates International School. Along with my colleague at EIS Meadows, Ms. Nolan, I am delighted to be able to talk to you about the IB Diploma and the IB career-related programs. Please give me a moment to share my screen. When students complete the Middle Years Program or MYP, they have two options, namely the IB Diploma or IB Career-Related Program. A vast majority of our students subscribe to the Diploma program. The IB Diploma program is one of the world's most exciting pre-university qualifications. It focuses on both professional and academic qualifications and is globally recognized by universities for its holistic and rigorous education. Our schools have extensive experience in offering the program. The IB program is not just about appearing for exams. Our graduates have earned independent study skills, thinking skills, time management skills, and are self-motivated lifelong learners with universities looking at them favorably. Year upon year, our alumni report that it has been a seamless transition between high school and university. At both EIS schools, the program is run by well-experienced personnel, and our outcomes in external examinations have illustrated this advantage. Within every graduating class each year, at least 25% of our students have been with us since kindergarten. They complete the full suite of IB programs at our school, namely the primary year, the middle years, and the diploma or career-related programs. In a transient country like the UAE, this is a significant number, and we are proud of our IB learners. With the diploma program, students study 6 subjects, 3 of them at a higher level and the remaining at the standard level. Students also have to complete a compulsory core component. Within the DP subjects, students choose 1 subject from each group. It is mandatory to study 2 languages. So in group 1, students choose English. In group 2, a second language, we offer Arabic, French, or Spanish. In group 3, we have a range of humanities subjects: business, economics, history, geography, information technology in a global society, global politics, and psychology. It is also mandatory to study a science. We offer physics, chemistry, biology, computer science, environmental systems, and societies. The study of math is also compulsory, and all these subjects are offered both at higher level and standard level. In group 6, the students can choose an arts course. We offer visual arts, theater, and music. The study of the arts is optional. Students who do not wish to choose an arts course can choose either to study another subject in group 3 or a science to complete their university requirement. Along with this, our Muslim students study Islamic studies in line with the KHDA regulations. It is this study of a breadth of subjects that is a significant advantage of the IB Diploma program. Students at the age of 16 are unsure of university choices, and pursuing a variety of subjects opens a wide variety of career aspirations. The core of the diploma program has 3 components: CAS, creativity, activity, and service, theory of knowledge, and the extended essay. The CAS program plays a huge role in the personal development. It allows them to build skills beyond the classroom, allowing students to be more active in terms of sports, hobbies, and career and creative pursuits, while paying it forward to those around us, giving back to both the local and global community in return. I would like to share with you some examples of CAS activities at our school. From learning to play the piano and pursuing a sport, some of our physicists also turned their passion in the subject into designing a research project which won them the first place in the annual Think Science competition. A second project won them recognition at the Youth Science competition at Barcelona, with the research being used by NASA. Some other students choose to learn CPR and basic first aid skills. Some others chose to do service projects like knitting blankets for babies. The list of opportunities and initiatives are endless. Interestingly, in this lockdown period, some of our students are learning skills like sewing, and some have engaged themselves in an ambitious project for the Smithsonian Institute in Washington to transcribe historical documents. The second component, the theory of knowledge, plays a special role in the IB Diploma program. It provides an opportunity for students to reflect on the nature of knowledge, question how they claim to know what they know, and it also helps them in developing critical things which are widely valued at the workplace. The third component, the extended essay, is a mandatory requirement of the diploma program. It allows students to research and complete a 4,000-word research paper in a topic that they choose in one of the subjects that they study within the program. I'd like to quote an example from business management. To what extent has the Volkswagen diesel emission scandal impacted Volkswagen shares in the United States? That was a business management essay amongst the cohort of the class of 2020. A second project in biology reads, an investigation how an increase in age affects protein content in tears. The rigorous curriculum prepares students well for university, writing research papers, speaking in public, working as part of a team, overcoming cultural boundaries, and seeing beyond the competition in grades are skills that students develop. Students are assessed by formal exams at the end of 2 years. Students also complete internal assessments in all their subjects. They are graded on a scale of 1 to 7 across 6 subjects. The core components, the extended essay and the TOK, provide 3 bonus points, rounding off to a total maximum score of 45 points. I am proud to say that both schools have a record of students achieving this perfect score and a successful track record of several students attaining 40 points and above year upon year. Our course averages and subject scores are always above world averages. We are very proud of our student successes and the success of the program at our schools. Our students go year upon year to some fantastic global destinations to pursue their higher education. This is a brief snapshot of the destinations of some of our students from the class of 2019 with the ranking of the university for your interest. And now, the fourth program, the IB career-related program. This program was introduced in our school in 2014. The program provides an opportunity for students to engage in career-related education along with the curriculum. Students study 3 IB subjects, namely a language, mathematics, and mostly business management. They also complete a core component and a career-related study, a BTech level qualification in hospitality. The BTech qualification in itself is equivalent to 2 A-level subjects. So our students who complete the IBCP have 2 qualifications, an IB qualification alongside a BTech qualification. Alongside, students also have an opportunity to engage in work experience locally. Our students are given excellent opportunities to work at the Al Habtoor Group offices, and this provides them a valuable opportunity to support their learning outside the classroom. I will now end my presentation, but I want to thank you first for attending and listening. Our team at Jumeirah and Meadows look forward to hearing from you and working with you individually to support your children's needs. I would now like to hand over to Ms. Daesh Nichols.
Thank you very much to my colleagues for such informative presentations. And now I'd like to take this opportunity to answer some of the questions that you've been posting throughout our presentations and also ones that you emailed to us earlier on this week. My first question is to Ms. Dipali and relates to our early years phase. So Ms. Dipali, I wonder if you could answer these two questions for me. The first one is, what recommendations would you give to parents to ensure their children are ready and able to access your early years programme?
Thank you very much, Catherine. Okay, so really what it's important to do to prepare for September for our youngest children is ensure that they are practicing their independence skills. So this can be just simple tasks that you do with your children at home. For example, enabling them to help themselves get ready in the mornings, help themselves with their food. So any packets that they have to open, get them to do those things themselves. To really build their confidence in having a go at doing things themselves. That's what we focus on when they come to us in early years. Other areas can be just simply extending their speaking and listening skills. Make sure you're reading lots to them at home, having regular story times so that they're engaging their mind in those kind of activities before they come to us.
Lovely, thank you so much. Now, there's a question related to distance learning and the amount of progress students are making at the moment. So Dipali, I know that progress is so rapid during our early years stage. I wonder if you could just share with us, what are some of the ways that you're managing to measure progress during our distance learning programme?
Yeah, great question. So actually, we've tried to enable our assessment tool to continue through our distance learning programme. So what we do is still keep assessing our children just as regularly. We use our Seesaw tool to ensure that you are receiving as much information as you can. We also try to assess our children through the use of Zoom sessions. So we have regular phonics assessments that we do with our children via Zoom to enable our teachers to see where our children currently are and what their next steps should be as well.
Now, what's lovely to see is that we're being asked by parents, how can I enrol my child at Emirates International School for the early years phase? How could they do that now? Is it too early at the moment, Dipali, to be enrolling?
Absolutely not. No, we welcome early enrolments to the early years phase and throughout primary as well. So if you did want to enroll your child, it's a very easy process. You would start by contacting our registration department and our admissions team, and then you would be forwarded on to myself, and we can have a chat about the age range of your child, and I can give you a little bit more information around that. Once registered, I'd be in contact with you, and we would arrange a play session virtually over Zoom, just so that I can see a little bit more about your child's capabilities and help you to pave the way for September.
Thank you, Dipali. Final one for you, and I'm sorry that I'm asking you so many, but we've got lots of parents very, very interested after your presentation today. My question to you is, why Emirates International School early years?
As I mentioned in my presentation, Emirates International School and our early years department really focuses on moulding this individual child. We use all of the core essentials of early years pedagogy. We believe truly in play and learning through play. And that's an experience that you're not likely to find as well developed in many other early years settings. We use the IB curriculum very, very well, even within our earliest phase 1 area. And again, that's something that in other IB schools you maybe won't find as well developed. So we believe that we are the right fit for your child because we offer a well-balanced curriculum. Play and learning, inquiry are so important to us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll now go to our primary phase. So Miss Exley, I wonder if you could just talk to me a little bit about, you talked about inclusion and how strong it was at Emirates International School. And a question that we keep being asked is, how do we ensure that our teachers meet the needs of individual students? And alongside that in particular, we have a parent today who's really wanting to know about our gifted programme.
Okay, thank you very much. So first of all, do we meet the needs of all students? Although every year group is working on a unit of inquiry and they collaborate together on their planning, what happens then is that every child is assessed, and after the assessment, the teacher will then personalise the planning to meet the needs of the students. Now, it might be a group of students who are working at the same level, or it might be working towards the signs of success, which we have in school. Teacher can also, if they feel partway through the lesson or at the end of a lesson, they might have from their medium-term planning what's happening the next day or in the next week. But if they feel that a concept hasn't been grasped, then they will go back and possibly approach it from a different angle. After that, the students would be assessed again to see whether or not they've grasped what the teacher is teaching, and if not, again, it would be personalised. If an individual child needs help, then we would call on our inclusion team to come and work inside the classroom with that student as an individual or as a group, but we always have the support there if required. As far as the gifted and talented is concerned, one of our year leaders has qualified and completed his MPQSL, that's the Senior Leaders Qualification, and his theme was gifted and talented. So we have an in-house advisor, if you like. And he works with every teacher, that's our class teachers and our specialists, on how to look for our gifted and talented. And we're not just talking about academically, we're talking about a student as a whole within the school. And then how we can stretch them, how we can get them to and reach beyond their potential. And then what we do is that if we have a specialist outside of Mr. McCracken who has a particular interest in something a student is gifted and talented in, let's say mathematics, for example, then we will hone in on that student with that individual to support that student. We've even had a boy in the primary school who went to the high school to do some mathematics lessons because that was his forte and that was his strength.
That's great. Now, one of the questions that we were just asking earlier is it too soon to register your child for Emirates International School? What are the benefits to doing it now?
It's never too soon. The benefits to doing it now is that, first of all, when you come and register, what we would do is we would talk to individually about your child and about the programme. So you would have advanced knowledge of what we are offering. And if you feel that you have more questions, then again, you can talk to that individual who's in-house in the primary school, early years or years 1 to 6, and just say, what about, how do we go about? It's much better to be in advance of a situation and to know what you're coming into than to be last minute.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Shirley, regarding MIP, if I could just move to the high school, please. Now, one of the things I particularly took from your presentation today is how strong our knowledge of the IB curriculum is and how we ensure that our students build on that knowledge, and that's where we get such fantastic outcomes. So a question that our parents just asked now is, whilst we've been on distance learning, and should that continue, and nobody knows at the moment when that would be, how are you ensuring that that IB curriculum is being followed as thoroughly to make sure that our students would get the outcomes they deserve?
With every aspect of our planning, whether it's our long-term curriculum planning or whether it's our day-to-day planning for a child in a lesson, we put the child at the heart of the process. And we have maintained our focus on what is the very best thing for each student in MYP. For us in high school and for colleagues at Meadows, it was actually quite a seamless transition. We have, for a number of years now, operated a bring your own device policy, which means that all of our students are accustomed to using several different platforms to access learning. So our children are confident and comfortable with a range of different technologies. So it wasn't too hard for them to manage the practicalities of distance learning. The other side of the bring your own device policy, of course, is that teachers are used to planning for learning on different platforms. So again, it was fairly straightforward for us to plan for delivering learning in some different ways. We have tried at every stage of the process to listen to our stakeholders and to respond to what's working for them, what we need to tweak. And we, as you say, are very, very familiar with the demands of IB. So we've looked very carefully at how we deliver the guided learning hours required for each course, for each subject. And we've been planning long term, just as we would in a more conventional academic year. We've tried to really make sure that we know where our children are up to. So we make a lot of use of the IB's online platform, which is called ManageBack. Teachers use that to read students' work, to look at what they've been doing, to provide detailed feedback and guidance about how children can make further progress. Parents are able to access ManageBack also, so they're able to see what the learning journey is looking like for their child. And we can all feel certain that with really good formative assessment taking place just as it would in ordinary lessons, we feel very confident that we know about each child's progress. We've had lots of discussions about that with parents. Recently, we held some Zoom parent-student teacher conferences, which allowed every parent the opportunity to meet with each of their child's teachers to talk in detail and to look at examples of the work that children have been doing. So we are planning for the future, just as we would in any other school year. But, you know, we're true IB learners, we are resilient, we are risk takers, and we will continue to put the child at the very heart of the learning journey and plan around each child's individual needs.
Now, we've had a lovely question which relates to Year 7, and it's around the same kind of theme of, is it too early to apply? When should a parent get in touch if they want their child to go into Year 7 with us next academic year?
When parents come to visit our schools, they always comment on the same thing. They comment on what a warm community it is. They comment on the family feel that we have in our schools. And it's never too early to become part of that family. The better we get to know each child, the more we can personalise provision for them. So I would say, start the journey as soon as you can. We are in very uncertain times, and so for children to have certainty about an aspect of their life is very, very helpful for them. The more time we have to get to know your child, the more we can draw them into the work that we are doing right now. So if a child is going to join Year 7 with us in September, they could already be part of the transition activities that we are doing across our schools with students who will be taking the steps up from Year 6. They'll already become part of our family, and we will know them, we'll take care of them, so that by the time they actually join us, physically or virtually, they'll be part of our family in September.
Thank you so much. Ms. Machine, if I can just go to our diploma programme, please. You talked about the fantastic outcomes that are achieved both at Jumeirah and the Meadows campus, and some of the fabulous universities our students go on to. Can you just talk me through the process of how we ensure that our students get the very best university applications that they do, and whether there's any advice about how to get such things as scholarships?
Thank you, I will. My video has been kind of muted. Thank you. Thank you. We have a good team of people who support our students. We have a number of universities who visit the school on a regular basis. Starting from the first year of the diploma itself, we have a resident higher education advisor. We have an IB diploma program leadership team and the higher education advisor who work in tandem with all our students to make sure that they secure their outcomes and also know what they need to do to get where they want to go to. That is because these are such crucial years, we work in very close communication with our parents and with our students to make sure they are fully aware. We also share university information. We run school university fairs. We invite a number of people from the industry. This is the year that we first hosted our fair where we had alumni, students, and parents who are professionals, and we ran our school career fair so that students can be aware of the careers that they go into. It was a resounding success for our students to be able to see what they need to get in order to go where they want to. So in every area, there is extra support that is offered to our students to be aware. The policies of most universities are once they visit a school and know that they have met the students, they remember them, and the students can even contact them after results are announced to say that they are coming there. In many chances, even if a student has missed their offer minorly, most universities take on these students because they have visited the school. And the school, with its rich legacy and history of offering the IB diploma program, both schools are very well known and recognized by universities worldwide.
Thank you so much for that. We're just about to come to the close of our webinar. We've answered all the questions we've got, but I hope the one thing you get from what you've seen today is that we can talk with passion, knowledge, and expertise. And we're very, very proud of the educational provision we offer at Emirates International School. So to bring this to a close, I'm going to pass to Ms. Rao. And the one question I'm going to ask is, why should any parent choose Emirates International School? Thank you very much for your time, and I hope to see as many as possible of you either on the Jumeirah or Meadows campus in future. Thank you. I'll just come back to say to Ms. Rao.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm going to start again. I'm really sorry about that. I said that's an excellent question, and I'm really pleased to be answering the question. And all your parents here have been very, very patient listening to us talk to you about the different programs that we offer at the school. And so I think all the nuts and bolts have already been explained to you. So now the question that must be going through your mind at this point in time is, why should I consider Emirates International School as a school for my child? And here, let me help you by giving you the answer to that question. First of all, I think you've heard it being said often enough this afternoon that we are a very, very experienced IB World School. We've been around for 28 years, and I think to some extent we can say that practice makes us perfect. We've really been through the whole journey over and over again, and we fine-tuned our provision so that it is really absolutely perfect. And what we offer here is validated by excellent final DP and CP results at the time of our students graduating from the school. We every year get results that are well above average, and they're well above world average, as well as we have sizable number of students achieving the top scores, that is 40 points and above. And over the years, both schools have a track record of students getting the perfect IB score, which is 45 points. Ms. Nausheen has already talked to you about the university placements for our graduates. You saw a very, very impressive list of universities in different parts of the world that our students have access to. Now, I also want to add here that I think every single one of the graduates from EIS over the past 26 years have always got a university placement. I don't think there's been a single student from the school who has not been placed at university. We offer an IB continuum, which means that every single program that we offer at the school is an IB program. And so what does that mean for the child? It means that it's a very, very easy transition, an effortless transition from one phase to the next, because underpinning all the 4 programs, we have certain commonalities. For example, the IB learner profile. You heard people talk about being principled, being caring, being risk-taking. Those are just some of the attributes of the IB learner profile, which is then developed in the students right from the time they're in early years till the time that they graduate. And then you have approaches to learning. Then there are global contexts to what the students study. And so there are these common elements in all the programs which make transition very, very easy. Our curriculum is outstanding. It's broad-based. We are one of the programs where even till the very last year in high school, students are not having to over-specialize. The diploma program makes sure that children do 6 different subjects from different disciplines. So for example, you're never shutting the door to say taking a science or taking a language when you go on to university after you graduate. And our program is very, very rigorous at the highest academic standards. It's holistic because in every program we have a core component which helps to develop the whole person. You've heard us talk about the after-school activities and various other initiatives we offer the students at the school, the leadership opportunities they have. They're very, very international minded. And so it's an outstanding curriculum that nurtures creative and critical thinkers, and most importantly, create caring individuals who care about the planet and the people on it. And so the result is that you have a truly global citizen who can take the rightful place in the 21st century. And all of this happens in a very happy place. I'm really pleased to say to you that every child that comes to the school is happy to come to it. And I think one of the problems or complaints that we're getting from students during this distance learning period is, oh, I really miss my teachers. I really miss coming to school. I wish we could come back. And so I think we've got everything that your child needs. And our personalized teaching and learning will make sure that your child achieves success, regardless of which stage in their educational journey they join an Emirates International School. So thank you very much for listening and for being with us this afternoon. And we look forward to seeing you in our schools as parents of our students. Thank you very much.